Hey everybody, Karen from Master Spirit Guides. I hope you're doing well today. So while I'm taking a little vacation time, today's video is one of your favorites from 2025. I thought it would be interesting to revisit some of the conversations that we had a year ago and hear what Spirit said then, knowing everything we know today. So in this video, we're talking about Donald Trump and more specifically, the fear and anger that so many people were experiencing at that time. Okay, so you're going to hear me talk about things from a very different perspective than when I did back then. Okay, I wanted to know at that time what Spirit could help us understand about him, what was happening, and our own reactions to it. As you watch, what hits differently now? We're really curious about that. Okay, what makes more sense now? What doesn't make sense, maybe compared to what Spirit told us at that time? And more importantly, what new questions do you have based on what Spirit said then? Okay, do you have different questions? If you do, please put them in the comments. Okay? Enjoy this look back, and I'll see you soon. Hey everybody, Karen from Ask the Spirit Guides. How's it going today? It's actually quite late. It's not 3:33. That's broken. So we just set it at 3:33, which is an angel number for me. But I just got out of the shower. So classy on this channel. And I feel like I should have a little fluff anyways. My hair is all wet. I wanted to, I just was in the shower and I'm like, oh, I have to do this. I don't know why. I just put some like stuff on my chin too, see? So I felt a very strong pull to do, and this was based on an angel card reading that I did live tonight in the channel. And we were discussing a little bit about how important it is in order for us to keep our vibrations high. We can't be hating on things, because if we hate on, and this one is specifically for those who are really struggling with what they perceive Donald Trump to represent. So, because a lot of people, it's fear or love, basically. Okay, so if you're feeling angry, you're feeling hatred, that's coming from fear. So there's two emotions, fear or love, right? And so one of my goals on this channel, I have a lot of goals, but one of them is to stay grounded and stay realistic about what we're seeing in front of us. And I don't want to be in denial about that sort of thing. But I also want to, for myself and for others, it's important to me to do it for myself. So if I'm going to do it for myself, I might as well communicate that to others as a possibility of a way to approach anger and fear and all that kind of stuff. Because if we stay in that, then that is what we end up bringing more to us. Okay. So, and Sissy, hi, come here. She wants to give us a little love. She's like, why are we out here? We usually go to bed after shower. I know. Okay. She's very talkative. She's very talkative today. I think I must have had, my energy was probably off, which now I got cat hair on me. Okay. So I'm going to do a quick, I was like, and plus it's way past my bedtime. I'm going to do a quick reading because I want to start helping myself and whoever this would be helpful for, to start just really raising our vibrations about things that are difficult. Okay? So I close my aura to all but my higher self, the God consciousness, my guides and guardians, and ask Archangel Michael to please protect this channel so it's only of the light. Amen. So I'm calling upon I've already asked my spirit guides and the God consciousness to be here. I'd like to call upon the spirit guides or guardian angels, whatever you want to use, or anybody whoever's visiting this channel, whoever they feel comfortable communicating with outside of Earth. And ask that what we would like to know is just what message do you have for us today? What would help us understand the next president of the United States? If it's, if the next president of the United States is going to be Donald Trump, then what do you want us to understand? What do you want us to understand that would help us keep our vibration, help us to just understand a little bit more about him and maybe what he's helping us. Oh, hello. Hello. Okay. All right. So, interesting. Okay. That's very interesting. So I'm going to show you the picture, and it happens to be an archangel. All right, that's really important, I think, archangel. So I'm going to show you the words in a minute, but I want you to look at the what do you see first? So you just lean into your intuition, and you have it. Everybody has intuition, but just what do you notice first? And so I'll try to do a close-up. I'll start from the bottom. What's calling to you? What feels good about this? Anything, or doesn't feel good about it? Anything look disturbing to you? There's messages throughout. Okay. Feel free to write those down so that when I go through the words, I'm going to read out of the book. When I go through the book, you can write down some words too that might be helpful for you to even just focus on a little bit. Still got hair on my, to focus on a little bit when you start to feel triggered around this particular person, when this person comes up, okay? So the words are, and I'm not actually going to interpret this at all tonight. This is for you. I will interpret it for myself, but this is for you to interpret what this means to you, okay? And this isn't about slamming or anything. We're looking to raise our vibration. What we're looking for is understanding, okay? Clarity and understanding. So this is what the card says. And again, it's an archangel. And did you see the word at the top? The word was release. Okay. The end of a phase or situation, spiritual transformation, and time to move on. Just makes me so happy though. Yeah, I can't tell you as an extrovert how much I want to talk about that. But okay, so end of a phase or situation, spiritual transformation, time to move on. Okay, so I'm going to read out of the big book, and then we'll make this, because like I said, I'm not going to chitter chatter too much, because some things we just really have to process on our own. Let's see. Because everybody has just such different feelings, you know? And frankly, there may be people who came here who don't have fear about it. And maybe there's a different message for you. Okay. So I'll try to keep the glare out of there as I read. So I'm reading out of the big book. This is called Angel Tarot, and I do have an affiliate link in the description of the video if you wanted to. This is like really my favorite deck of all times, only because it's like my first and I keep going back to it. Okay, so release. Perhaps the most misunderstood card of the major arcana. Interesting. Release was traditionally called death in tarot, and yet it didn't refer to a physical death at all, but rather an ending. A reading with release in the spread indicates that clients are as if I was working with clients, that others are in a situation that's no longer serving them, and it's time to move on. I love my spirit guides. You'll love yours too if you got this deck. It's just amazing, right? Okay, wow, this is a long one, so I think we needed this. I gotta switch hands. Okay. With release, it's best to take our time moving through changes that are before us. Reaching out to friends or family is a wise way to deal with what may feel like a loss. It's also an excellent time to face our fears so that we can be in complete control of our future. The release card often brings with it great spiritual insights and personal transformation. I'm just getting shivers all over the place. The Dreamer's Journey. As a result of our time with the Awakening card, we've become more aware of changes that need to be made. Those changes may very well mean initiating some endings in order to complete the current cycle. So I'm going to read that again. As a result of our time with the Awakening card, we've become more aware of changes that need to be made. Now remember, we're talking about ourselves right now. We're talking about basically what is being triggered in us because of Donald Trump. Okay? And again, it could be positive or negative for you. So those changes may very well mean initiating some endings in order to complete the current cycle. There may be transitions that we welcome and have brought about of our own free will, and we may even be relieved. Or there may be sadness in the completion that we have to work through. Now, of course, with endings come new beginnings, and so it is with the release card. What makes release different from other cards in tarot that refer to endings is that we're asked to stand in the moment and experience it. We're asked to stand in the moment and experience it. In order to grow, we mustn't just rush past this situation. There's great emotional and spiritual enlightenment to be had, as long as we take the time to smell those white roses along the path. Symbolism. Archangel, is it Azrael? I'm horrible with names, so I'm not sure. Okay, so this Archangel stands with arms outstretched, ready to embrace us. On his robe is a phoenix, the bird that is forever reborn, as we will be reborn from our challenges. So on his robe, where is it? On his robe is the phoenix. Oh yeah, I see it. Is that it right there? Is that? I don't. You guys can let me know if you see it. I think from this angle, I'm not sure I do. So on his robe is a phoenix, the bird that is forever reborn, as we will be reborn from our challenges. We will be reborn from our challenges. He walks through a field of white roses, symbolizing purity of intention, but they're also a symbol of rebirth. In the background, a white horse comforts her young. Whoops. So in the background, a white horse comforts her young. Horses have many symbolic meanings, but among them is the freedom to move on to other places. The freedom to move on to other places. The two towers in the background. Two towers in the background connect this card to both the High Priestess and the Moon to indicate that in this time of release, all has been revealed. And the moon to indicate that in this time of release, all has been revealed. Wait, did I already read that? Sorry. The High Priestess and the Moon to indicate that in this time release, all has been revealed. The spiritual insights and meditations of the High Priestess helped put us on the path that led us to where we are now. The spiritual insights and meditations of the High Priestess helped put us on the path that led us to where we are now. Later on, we'll see how the Moon card carries further revelations. So I think like the next card is probably the... No, it's not. Okay. Let's see. Angel number. You'll have to just, if that part made sense to you, I have to think about that a little bit. That part I didn't really quite resonate with, but it maybe resonated with some of you. The number 13 is considered a karmic number. Many view it as unlucky, but that's simply not true. Oh yeah, that's interesting. 13. What is more often the case is that this number brings with it a time of change and transformation in our lives. It's a number that's also associated with ascended masters such as Jesus and Buddha, who are willing to guide us to new and much happier lives. This archangel is the most elegant and tender of all the archangels. He comes with the power of the grace of God to comfort us and walk with us through our challenging times. His name means whom God helps, and his color is creamy white. So you can now ask upon this particular archangel at this time to help you through this challenging time. So to help you stay in the highest vibration possible. And so that helps you stay out of fear and out of anger and all that kind of stuff. The astrology is astrologically, this card is connected to Scorpio, a sign that is very adept at new beginnings and embracing endings. It's also the sign of the zodiac most closely associated with deep inner exploration and evaluation. So the one thing I want to say is I think some of us may jump right away to assuming that the end of a phase or situation might mean that the opposite might come true of what you want that is currently happening. And I would challenge you to think that this is a message for you, okay, rather than a message for what's going on in the United States right now, okay? This is a message for you. And so the end of a phase or situation, spiritual transformation, a time to move on. So the focus here, I've decided, as you know, I'm sort of evolving this. The focus of this channel is going to be looking at some of the situations that are happening, but how do we get messages for ourselves in relation to those? So that's what I jumped out of the shower. I was like, okay, I will go do that. And now I'm going to go to bed. All right. I hope that was helpful. I am blown away, actually, by that card being drawn with that particular question. So I hope that is very helpful. It's going to be very helpful for me. I'm going to study on that a little bit tomorrow morning when I get up. And I'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye-bye.